Forza Horizon 4. Is it good? Yeah. In this game, you partake in a festival dedicated to racing where you can work your way through the ranks by taking on races and events. Speaking of races, there's so many to take part in with lots of different series, including off-road, cross-country, street and road races. I will say they're not very well curated, as for the most part they'll let you pick whichever vehicle you want, rather than what would best suit each track. If the racing gets repetitive, then you can take on one of the aforementioned events. These will see you taking on roles such as being a stunt driver, taxi driver, delivery driver, filmmaker, and you can even become the Stig. My favourite was making the documentary, as they're narrated, and I learned so much about the cars I was driving. Speaking of which, the driving feels incredible. I can't imagine it ever feeling better. Each car feels unique, and how they perform on different terrains is amazing and incredibly realistic. The game rewards you with a lot of cars to keep. For this reason, I hardly bought any and had a huge garage at the end. The graphics are so good. The best part is the game is running at a silky smooth 60 frames per second. I never saw it drop once. The game even includes destructible environments such as walls, which help make you feel like you can go anywhere. The only issue I had graphically is there was quite a bit of popping from textures to signs and even cars on the roads. I don't mind when this happens at speed, but sometimes I was seeing it at sub 100 miles an hour, which is unfortunate. The game includes all seasons of the year, though after the game's short introduction, it only changes once per week. So while the world does change dramatically, I've only seen spring and summer in the last 2 weeks, which are very similar. The game's difficulty, like previous entries, has me feeling like Goldilocks with it being too hot or too cold. On Expert, I could win with ease, but on Pro, I never stood a chance. The game desperately needs more difficulty options in the future. For a real challenge though, you can take it online. There's lots of different modes to play, but unfortunately I found loading between events often took up to 5 minutes, at which point most people had quit or were AFK. Fortunately, the new mode, and my personal favourite in the franchise history, loaded quickly. Eliminator. Think battle royale with lots of players and an ever-shrinking map. Instead of killing, you eliminate drivers by challenging them to a quick race, where you have to get from A to B by any means necessary. This was so much fun, as the more races you win, the better car you get. This means you often have to sneak around to avoid the better cars. The radio was a bit of a letdown. Far too often I found myself hopping between stations only to settle on leaving it turned off. Fortunately, the cars sound amazing, so I didn't feel like I was missing too much. That was Forza Horizon 4, and I give it an 8 out of 10.